Hi, so my topic is how can we manage intercultural conflict in the workplace? So, in this world where there are different cultures, accepting those cultures in a workplace, and not only in a workplace but everywhere else, has been a big challenge. So, first, I'm going to start with what are causes of the intercultural conflicts in the workplace. So, first thing is it's the lack of knowledge, which many people have about the other culture they are interacting with. Second is the intercultural differences. So, and third one is different ideas and innovative, creative ideas, which doesn't often match with the other person. And sometimes some people also have the inability to accept other cultures and want to deal with their own cultures only. And some people, of course, have traditional mindset and don't want to accept new concepts and new ideas from different culture. Yes. And these conflicts usually are more of disagreements between people and with rude comments often. So, the second thing I want to discuss is the workplace cultures, which is by Brett. He has mentioned three kind of cultures in the workplace, which is integrity, faith, and ethics. And these three cultures have different types of ways to deal with conflicts. So integrity and ethics deal it directly, while faith just deals it indirectly. And now I'm going to talk about what are the outcomes usually of the intercultural conflicts. It's usually the workplace is the most affected, which leads to poor productivity because people cannot work together in a good environment. Second is there is lack of success due to lack of productivity. Then third comes lack of innovation because with more culture and different cultures in a workplace, there is more innovation and more creative ideas. If compared to a company which only has one culture, that's it. And the next one is high employee turnover. So, with less job satisfaction and more disagreements, people will tend to leave the job, right? And the next one is like people have a lot of grudges as well, and intercultural differences leads to misinterpretation and disagreements as well. Now, the second thing I want to talk about is I have a writing by Biggs 2015, which I have mentioned in the presentation, and he has talked about the diversity initiatives that the workplace have been taking, and it has been trending upward since 2017, which has led to different multiculturalism and acceptance, right? Then I want to discuss about how can we manage intercultural conflicts, and that can first thing that can be worked by good communication. So, systematic communication at a multicultural workplace could be helpful for restoring creativity and policy making, helping in part taking, and everybody has a part in the decision making process as well. Then, second is minimizing misinterpretation through proper communication. And yes, if there is a problem in communication, people can tend to talk slowly so that the other person has better understanding of the what the person is speaking. Then the third thing is respect also plays a very major role when in a diverse place, as if you are respecting the other person or the employees in a team, then it's more convenient to communicate and it's more comfortable. Then I want to discuss about how to maintain the intercultural balance. Um, so f- I have already discussed about how we can manage the intercultural communication. Now I want to talk about how to maintain the intercultural balance once communication goes. So it's openness to dissimilarity. This is I'm talking about um, how if a person is where a person has a high level of openness and they will be optimistic to differences, so they will be welcoming. Secondly, it's the emotional handling skills where people have calmness in a work environment, making conflict resolution very easy and helpful. Thirdly, is the communication and knowledge cultural manages conflicts. And lastly, managing oneself during an interactive session so that they can good relationships. Now, there is a scholarship of teaching and learning, which is also called as SOTL, where this is a process for the new postgraduate students where intercultural ways and communication at university level is taught, where the students, before entering the new world, they get a facility where they get a cooperation and they get a harmony of creating a workplace with diverse conflicts. So they, before entering the um, real world, they have an understanding of how to behave and how to properly react in a intercultural environment, so that there is no intercultural disagreement after. And there's also a method called shadowing, as mentioned by Blake and Stahlberg, and it has brought into action, which helps new employees perceive and learn from a skillful employee. This training will help new students when the real world to help deal with intercultural conflicts and come out with a solution each time, decreasing the number of conflicts due to diversity in the workplace. So now that we know about the trainings, so the results which have been observed by Yusuf Chialense and Kaur is that there are three kinds of cultures to blend with, which are a private culture, local culture, and a professional culture of an organization. According to Clark and Lip, there are 7 steps to conflict resolution. The first one is observing the conflict, which is where the problem is coming from. Then the second is simplifying through coming up with a strategy, how to deal with the conflict and have ways to resolve it. For example, a company can come up with strategies such as some intercultural training, where they hire people to train the employees to be in a group, and then they can add different people from different cultures. They can hire them and put them in a group so that they can work with harmony. Then the third one is gaining knowledge of the other culture in question. And the fourth one is the organization's culture is also necessary to have a knowledge of the organization's culture as well. Then the fifth one is resoluting conflict through harmony and through proper planning. The sixth one is to have knowledge of what is going on and how the conflict resolution has been working, and any amendments that has to be done, and assessing it. And the last step is awarding the employees if there is any achievement for the conflict resolution. And through resolution and through awardings, there is a lot of motivation that employees get, through which they can be more motivated and more satisfied in work to be handling intercultural conflicts and to get along with people from different cultures. Then I want to give an example of a perfect intercultural harmony that Canada has, that one of the companies in Canada has, which is Air Canada, which is a dominant company in Canada. So this airline in Canada has a workforce and organizes cultural workshops and workplaces as well. And then it has also won Best Diversity Employers for 3 consecutive years. And it also has a group of management team where there are people from all different cultures working in a team and bringing new ideas, from different cultural backgrounds and programs with each coming year. Thus, when in this culture, people together, and it has more diversity in the group, so that they can bring more diverse ideas and more innovations. So, to conclude with, conflicts are everywhere, and we as humans should think that and see things beyond our cultural glasses and perform effective communication, as communication is a very important part when coming to conflict resolution and intercultural resolution as well, if there is any kind of conflicts. And Working with peace and harmony at workplace is one thing which can help um, improve productivity in a workplace. And I think understanding integrity, politeness brings comfort at work, which helps employees to be satisfied at work as well. And acceptance is a very important part in multiculturalism, and in this world where people come from different backgrounds, acceptance and managing conflicts, it's really important. So being open-minded is one thing that we should always be. So from my side, this is my thought of how can we manage intercultural conflict in the workplace. And this my presentation includes works from various people, so I've also added few references that I have included. And thank you so much.